All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. And I know this video is going up a lot later than we initially planned it to, but hopefully some of you will join. And if you don't join now, hopefully you'll get a chance to see the replay. I have had a very long day. I have had a very long day, you guys. I have been in Huntsville, Alabama, doing some interviews that I cannot wait for everyone to see. Some very, very interesting interviews in Huntsville, Alabama, as a part of the Love and Marriage Huntsville trilogy that's happening. If you guys are aware of what's going on that show, last episode with Kiki throwing the drink in Tisha's face prompted me to go on to Huntsville. And so I went down there and got back a little late. Hey, Colton. So yes, we are getting started a little late with today's conversation, but this conversation, hey, Keisha, this conversation has been a long time coming. We have talked about Ready to Love for every season since season one. And one of the things that I have consistently heard every season when women come on my show after doing the show, a lot of times, God, first of all, even the women, when you guys watch them on the show, you say, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty. She looks so beautiful. She looks so much prettier without all the makeup, without all the weave, because a lot of times when people come on the show and do interviews on here, they don't have the extensive makeup squad with them. And so I was talking to a friend of mine, Aaron, also known as Mr. Let Go, just about the fact that the response consistently is always that women look so much better, specifically from reality TV, when they don't have makeup on. And so the two of us, I said, I want to have this conversation because I, as a woman, know, I know doing this show, when I don't have makeup on, how I feel a certain kind of way. I definitely had makeup on earlier today. A lot of it has rubbed off. You guys see, my beat is looking old because I traveled, but I know the response that I get from people when I have makeup on versus when I don't. So I posted a clip earlier today. I was talking with my production team about their perspective. And so I thought this would be a great discussion. So I want to bring Aaron on. We had tried to get Mo, but the time was a little late for him. So I don't think he's going to be able to join us. But I want to bring Aaron on right now. So hey, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You haven't been here in a while, but welcome back.
I know, right?
Yes, yes. We've been talking about doing this, but it's just taken us a while to get everything together. So I'm glad we're getting a chance to do this. It's a little bit later, and I apologize for that. I told you I was stuck in traffic trying to get back from Huntsville uh,
hmm
to Atlanta. So I said, this conversation came because you and I were talking back and forth, and I told you that when women come on the show to talk about their experience on Ready to Love, usually, and I will say this, it's not even just the men, it's usually even the women will say, hey, we love it. They look so much prettier. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. She looks so much better without all the makeup.
The makeup.
And that's something that we consistently hear. So I was like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So that's
hmm
why we are here tonight. I want to play this clip first. This is a clip that I posted on my Instagram page, and it got a lot of response. This is a clip from Ready to Love, Make a Move with Ashley. And even though this is it's makeup, it's accessories, it's all the things, the conversation is about all the things that women do to try to make themselves look a certain way.
hmm
So let's watch this clip, and then we're going to talk about the comments, because I saw you jumped in the comments. People were going back and forth. So let's talk about that. Let's watch this clip, and then let's get into it.
And before you play the clip, can you tell my viewers what your channel is so they can subscribe to your channel?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So we've merged our channels for this conversation. This is from Crystal XO. We do relationship conversations here. We would love for you all to go ahead and subscribe. And of course, any from Crystal XO viewers, we would love for you to make sure that you subscribe to Mr. Let Go's channel as well. We've done some things together. And I think that the conversation with men and women is always a lot more productive when you get both sides. So we may disagree, but it's okay because, you know, we both come from a perspective. We can agree to disagree. And actually, we do agree on a lot. So I'm excited about us merging this, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do a lot more of these in the future.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and play this clip. Before we play this clip, you guys make sure that you go ahead and like the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed to Aaron's, make sure that you're subscribed, and vice versa. And let's get into this first clip.
The nails.
I love nails. They're always gonna be extra.
Are they always that long? Always.
Sometimes longer, depending on how I'm feeling.
So how do you function as a human being?
I do everything you do. Just don't drop no card on the ground or don't ask me to pick up no change. Okay? I can't pick it up.
Okay, I got you.
You gotta do it. But other than that, I work better with my nails.
Really? How so?
I don't know. It's weird. Can't explain it.
So have those nails affected your past relationships?
No.
No.
You don't like them?
Now I'm just saying that could be used as deadly weapons at the same time. Like I'm saying, if you get mad at some,
I wouldn't poke your eye
I don't know that. I don't know.
I might hit
See,
you
that's what I'm saying.
No,
See?
I didn't use my nails.
No, we will always keep it peaceful, play, and positive. We just have to do that. I just keep that.
I just needed you to see
so that they work.
They work.
Okay. That's that. I'm just letting you know out the gate.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know that if you do get that way, okay, that's respectable. So I just be, but we gonna keep it love, though, so we not even gonna.
You don't have to worry about that.
All right. So Aaron, I'm gonna let you go first because I feel like there was a lot of things that she did not pick up on in that clip that he was trying to say. When he asked her, first thing he asked, how was she able to function? Second question he asked, had they ever affected her relationships, past relationships? So I want you as a man to kind of let us know what is the decode. Give us the code for what he was really trying to say.
Okay, I want to give somewhat of a code of what she was trying to say also.
Okay.
Not being a woman, but my opinion.
Okay.
So he's literally just like, yo, what's going on with your nails? When a man says, yo, what's with your hair? What's with your nails? Is there a reason why your whatever is the way it is? We're politely letting you know that this may be a problem in the future. Why do you have it, right? So because the thing about it is the easiest way to communicate with another person, you know, with what you don't like isn't, I don't like that. Don't do this. You don't do that. You ask questions, right? Hey, is there a reason why you wearing your nails like that, right? And the first thing she does is obliviously, oh, I like my nails. That's not what he asked. Oh, I can do everything with my nails. That's not what he asked. I work better with my. Don't nobody care about you being at work with your nails. You're on a date with these nails. Okay. So now to what she's actually saying. I like my nails and I want you to accept my nails. And the thing about it is, shout out to Ashley. She's super cute, right? I think she's like a beautiful woman. She's super pretty. And sometimes with pretty women, they're going to have this assumption that, oh, I'm pretty, I'm fine. He's going to enjoy, he's going to accept certain stupid things or dysfunctional things about me, right? So with her nails, she is easily aware that the typical man does not like those nails. There's no way in this world a grown woman is not going to say everybody's going to like my nails. No, only certain men are going to like my nails. And to a certain degree, some women are only used to. So you got to remember, she's on Ready to Love. So she's paired with a certain type of man. She didn't meet this man at the Kroger or at the mall. They're paired up together, right? So she was at the mall. Only men who are okay with this crap on her fingers are going to walk up to her. So when it comes to being paired with somebody and she has her nails, she's like, this is me, and you either gonna like it or you're not.
Right.
And it's okay for somebody not to like it. So I'm kind of like actually on Ashley's side, because if that's what she wants to do, if
Right.
that's how she wants to portray herself, walk around with the nails, that's on her. But she has to understand, because this is her second time being on Ready to Love. There's a reason why she's not getting what she's looking for from these men.
That's
because they're not the Pookies. The only men that wants these little crazy looking long nails are Pookies and Ray Rays. And that's, I don't know nothing about her. So it's a possibility that's all she's used to. And now you're like, wait, you don't like my nails? Why don't you like my nails? Because she's not used to dudes not liking her nails, because
Right.
only certain type of dudes are approaching her.
Okay, I agree with there are certain types, but what I don't think, it's weird because, you know, when we were talking earlier, I was talking to my producers earlier, right? I don't think that women and men think differently. We talked about the difference between a preference and something that men like, right? So there are girls that are very over the top with their makeup, with their hair, with their nails, and they get a lot of attention from men, right? We can acknowledge that.
Yes.
Now, I don't, for me as a woman, and I love to include the chat. So chat, you guys can let me know what you think, and we'll definitely have some comments that we'll, you know, that we'll show and kind of talk about. But I don't think that Ashley is aware that the nails are sending a message and only attracting a certain type of guy. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I am in the entertainment industry, and I have worked for years as an entertainment publicist before kind of segueing over into journalism. So before I started this job, before I moved to Atlanta, I never wore weave. I didn't wear a lot of makeup because I was in corporate America, right? And I just didn't. I grew up in between Ohio and Oklahoma. It wasn't a weave thing. That wasn't what we were into. So I moved to Atlanta. I started working in entertainment. I'm working with hip hop artists, a part of this industry, and there's a certain look that is acceptable in this business. So I started, and then too, I was on set a lot. So I started wearing weave. I started wearing more makeup. And one of my college friends said to me after I went through a divorce and I was single, he said, Crystal, I just want you to know the kind of man that you are attracted to is probably going to be turned off by the look that you have now, right?
Right.
He's not going to know that you are an amazing woman because he's going to see this uniform that is, you know, more designer driven, and the weave and the lashes, and that is a turnoff. This guy was an engineer. Again, you know, my college friend that I went to school with, and he said, that is not necessarily attractive. He said, so you may want to consider, you know, he said, even your career, what you do is not necessarily something that a career guy is going to be comfortable with. You're on the road with celebrities a lot. And I did not know until I had that conversation with that friend that certain men were turned off by that look. Now, I will admit, I did not grow up with a healthy example of a man in my life, right?
Okay.
I had uncles, there were men, but they were not, it wasn't anyone in the house that was constant. So for me, that was, I appreciated him pulling me to the side. This is when I'm in my 30s,
Yeah.
after being married. And he said, Crystal, this is not the look that most men are going to be attracted to. So I said to him, I'm not going to change my career, right? And I understand that in what I do, this is a big part of it, but it did make me aware of the fact that certain things that we do could be limiting our choices of the right man, because I did not want to date the kind of man that is in the industry that typically is attracted to all these things. I really did want one of the guys that I would have went to school, college with, you know, that had a, you know, corporate job. That's more what I'm attracted to. But I did not realize that there are certain things that were turning men off. I say all that to say that I really don't believe that Ashley understands that those nails are attracting a specific type of man and turning off another type of man, right?
Okay.
Because I feel like women, we don't have the same differences between preferences and likes. And that's something
Wait. Can you explain that?
yes,
Women
that's
don't have.
brought
Can
to
you?
my
Yeah.
attention today. So
Okay.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play something really quickly because
Okay.
in the clip that I played earlier with Ashley, a lot of women were talking. This conversation started with makeup, and we know that men often are giving attention to women that are more flashy, right? So when
Okay.
you see something like this is just a quick little video. You see a woman like doing this. You see all of that, right?
Mhm.
That weave, a lot of makeup, a lot of contour showing off her body, that gets a lot of attention, right?
Mhm.
That gets a lot of attention. But what the guys were telling me today is that is not what they prefer for their woman. So there's a difference between what I like. I like a lot of things. I'm attracted as a man to a lot of things. But what I prefer for my woman is different. I don't believe that women, and again, women in the chat, you guys can let me know if you agree. We don't have a difference between preference and like. I am attracted to this type of man. That's what I prefer. That's what I like. That we don't, but men are more open to where it's like, yes, I enjoy looking. That was a video of Delicious. Delicious is the epitome of makeup, sexuality, showing your body, makeup. And her page is filled with men liking her page. Probably some of the men that Ashley would want to date are liking Delicious picture. But what the men explained today was that is not my preference for my girl. That is something that I enjoy. And I think that is a huge disconnect with the way women and men view attraction.
Okay. So, one of the things that we have to pay attention to is men approach women, right? And women just make themselves available. Not saying that women don't approach men, but they usually don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, um, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Because I have to have the understanding that there may be women who actually don't know this. Okay.
Right.
So we want to have sex with Delicious. I have sex with Delicious. Like, I see Delicious out. Yeah, I'll give Delicious like maybe 2 months and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Get on top of her. I have a ball with her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But don't nobody want to be with no Delicious. I know she was married or is married, but
Married.
most likely she was married to an idiot, right? So nobody's dumb enough to actually want to be with Delicious, but it's some idiot that actually wants to marry her and gives her the delusional mindset of see. But in my opinion, most likely he was a cornball, and I think they're divorced.
They are divorced.
Right.
And I will say this, which is always ironic to me, because the men that do wife women that like to will attract attention, they always seem so shocked when the woman doesn't end up being wifey material. So he was very hurt that she did not want to be faithful and did not want to act as a wife. And I'm like,
I can answer that. Cornballs are not used to attractive women. Devon Franklin, Will Smith, these men were in the, like, I'm not gonna say the same type, but Will Smith was in the beginning of his career, right? And he wanted a woman that was higher than him because he was just on Fresh Prince. He didn't do no movies yet. He was after Jada Pinkett because Jada Pinkett was a movie star, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is he wasn't used to certain types of women yet.
right.
He was just Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and the industry looked at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a cornball.
They did.
Right? he was just a goofball. Him and Carlton doing the dance and stuff. That wasn't attractive to actual real women, right? So he was after a movie star. He wasn't getting certain types of women. So that's the reason why he got with Jada Pinkett. And he ignored all her blatant dysfunction. She was a highly dysfunctional woman. So we're looking at Delicious and we're looking at Jada Pinkett. They both, in my opinion, just my opinion, highly dysfunctional women. Okay.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this is the thing that I think comes up on both sides.
They were up here.
They were up here, but men are always the Jill said it's ironic that men want their wives or women to look natural. However, they cheat and fantasize about the women with the fakeness. It's a double standard. And what I want to say is that so many men, everyone will say, well, she's this way. But at the end of the day, those women attract all men. Now, all men may not treat them may not wife them, but let's don't act like Delicious is not getting hit on by.
I said I would smash.
You did say you would smash.
But I wouldn't be with her. So it's a difference. We will smash any good-looking, big booty woman. And it's really sad that women don't understand this. And y'all been alive for all these years. We don't want. Let me say this. The majority of women out here, we don't want to be with. We just want to smash.
Men do the same thing. Black China married. Tiger married Black. Tiger married Black China.
They got married?
They had a son. They had
a baby. Okay.
Had a baby. And then he became very confused about why she was not a great mother. And he has custody of the child, right? To me, it's the same thing. There are thousands of rappers, basketball players, and average men who end up being attracted to this woman that they claim they just want to smash, get her pregnant. And then when she has a child, they are horrified at the fact that she's not a great mother. And it's like, she didn't show you any mothering qualities, but you were attracted to that. So you can't necessarily say that they don't take the women seriously. If you smash Delicious for 2 months, you could potentially get her pregnant.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to look at the oops, I got this crappy woman pregnant. Well, let me figure this out. Or ooh, I want to marry this woman. So you got to understand. And I want everybody to think about this. Please do not ever judge what a rapper is doing versus what a typical person is doing. Virtually every rapper is either dumb, on drugs, highly dysfunctional, or traumatized. Whatever choices they make, you cannot judge on that rapper, okay? 50 Cent, super smart guy. I'm not saying every rapper. T.I., I'm not saying every rapper.
Not every rapper, though.
I said virtually every rapper is one of the four things. And I use virtually, okay? So I need y'all to look at people and not rappers, okay? I know we see rappers on TV all the time, but the majority of these rappers are highly dysfunctional people, okay?
I think the majority of people are highly dysfunctional.
But rappers are on usually on drugs, or it's they have issues.
And those are super huge stereotypes that are not fair. That are, and they're not, and that's not even necessarily true. We don't have.
Let's not look at what rappers are doing. Is all I'm saying. They're dysfunctional people.
There are people that have more money and access, but what I do know,
the way they got money and access is because they're dysfunctional.
No, because I will tell you, I have worked with entertainers for 20 years. The average man, if he had the money and access that a rapper had, would do the exact same thing. Most men don't do some of that thing because they can't. If you give the average man,
I get it,
a bunch of money, he's going to immediately start tricking off on a chick. Every man says they will.
I agree.
So I really don't, it's not fair to say those men are dysfunctional. Those men have access and are able to show their dysfunction. But I think it's really a reflection of just human nature. Men are attracted.
All I'm saying is, please, to the audience, do not gauge what men want off of rappers, because in my opinion, the average rapper, the majority of them are highly dysfunctional drug addicts. And that's just my opinion. Some of them aren't. But all I'm saying is, do not judge what men want off of what rappers are doing. That's the basis of why I'm saying that. It's not about rappers. It's about people looking at what rappers are doing. Please don't do that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but the only problem with that, Aaron, is that when you look at, I'll play one more. We'll play one more that you sent me. Right, so that's
we might get flagged with that one.
That's Masika from Love and Hip Hop. But my point is this: the people liking her pictures are not just rappers. The people liking and leaving DMs and going after her are average men. So you cannot say don't look at what rappers look at. What you can say is this is what men are attracted to. That may not be what they actually prefer, because men, period, are in her DMs, not just rappers.
Right. I got you. I get what you're saying. But all I'm saying is this. That's Masika, right?
Yes.
I at some point would have got with Masika.
See, here we go. See, you're proving our point.
What? I wouldn't be with her though. So women have to pay attention on the difference, because this is what you said. Attention and what somebody actually wants to be with.
Right.
See, think about this. Okay. Just think about this. When you hold on one second, save changes. Okay. When you look at just Masika as an example, right? And I don't know if she has been, but ain't nobody finna marry that woman, okay? But we would have sex with her. So it's two different types of women who we would be with, which is the regular woman who don't have all this stuff, and then the woman that is the IG model that we just want to smash. So the thing about it is, with women, if you want, because it depends on what a woman wants. If you want attention, wear the wigs, wear the nails, wear all the stuff, and you're gonna get all the attention in the world, right? But if you want a husband, you take all of that crap off, and you'll have a better possibility of having a man that's actually going to treat you a certain way. Can I tell a quick story? This happened about 3 days ago.
Okay.
I went out to a Macy's buying some stuff, right? And a woman was in there shopping too, right? And it was kind of like in the same area. And I was like, oh man, I was going to ask you if you have a boyfriend, but I seen your nails, right? She had some, they weren't as bad as Ashley's nails, but they were, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I would have asked you if you had a boyfriend, but I seen your nails. She was like, what's wrong with my nails? I said, if me and you actually started dating, my requirement, I wouldn't force her, but my requirement would be to not wear those nails. And I wouldn't do you like that because it seems like you like wearing your nails. Oh yeah, I love my nails. All right, cool. But she was like, but why is it that I have to take my nails off to date you? Like, what would I get with being with you? I said, you would get me, right? She said, that's not enough. I said, how do you know? You don't even know me, right? So in the beginning, I said, so just from a conversational standpoint, you would actually prioritize your nails over a potentially good man. And she said, how I know you're a good man? I said, potentially, because you don't know me. But what if, regardless of what if I was a great man and I'm telling you that your nails are a turn off, And I'm not saying taking them off in the middle of the Macy's, but if I actually started dating you, my requirement would be for you to not wear those nails. And you are looking at me like I'm crazy. So I just want you to think about that. Right. And I said, and we actually start talking a little bit. And she told me she had an 8-year-old son or whatever. I said, you still with the daddy? She said, no. I said, see, I want you to think about this. You would potentially, because you don't know me, would have a father for your son.
That
and
is
the only thing this man in front of you would have, not is, because I don't know her, required would have been to just stop wearing the nails. And you looking at me like I'm crazy. So I just want to give you something to think about as you continue shopping, because I see where your priorities are.
Yeah.
And if they were to change, you may be in luck or a potential host. And I walked away. And she was like, wait. I said, what? She was like, and I was like, she didn't want to say it, but she was just like, can we exchange numbers? And because she was just like, so, and she was just like, and I was like,
she expected you to keep asking for her numbers, but let me ask you.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm good.
Aaron, what is it? Because I mean, these conversations should be teachable moments, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know, what is it about the nails? Ashley, I feel like Ashley was being very honest. She said she likes her nails. At the end of the day, if a woman is an amazing woman and she has long nails, that should be very small compared to all the other great qualities. So what is it? What message are the nails sending that would turn a quote unquote good man off? That's what we need to understand, because that sounds asinine to say, because you have these nails, I wouldn't talk to you. And it could potentially be why you're like, that's a huge leap that you can't make. But what is it about the nails that are causing men to get the wrong message? That's what we need to understand.
It's actually the right message, because let me say this, because first I want to ask you this, because I want to answer that. But the first thing you said, like, the nails made me jump off the deep end. What made you just say that part? What do you mean?
I didn't say it made you jump off the deep end.
You said something like that.
I said, what is it about the nails that caused you to make those assumptions about her? That's what I'm trying to.
Because perception is reality.
Right. But what
if
is
you're dressed, just like you seen that picture, the video of Masika dancing around, right?
Yes.
If she would have had a little bit more clothes on and she was anywhere else, what would you think about her? Slut, right? She may be an amazing woman, but guess what? I'm never going to find out, because I'm either just going to smash and dash or I'm not going to talk to her. So the thing about it is, ladies, we don't care. Wear your little stupid nails. You just ain't going to get no man that is of substance. Life is just really that simple. So the thing about it is, y'all, not saying you, but y'all can sit around and be like, but why? Why? We ain't even got to answer why. I'll answer why, but just understand, we don't have to. Either take them off or stay in the streets. So I just wanted to say that up front. Either take them off or stay in the streets. You don't need a reason why, because guess who always asks why? Crystal?
I'm open to hear.
Children. It don't matter why. If I get pulled over and I say I had tint or whatever, and I'm like, why? Your tint is too dark. Why? It don't matter. Your tint is too dark. Here's your ticket. Get out my face. So the bottom line is, you're either going to operate in a certain way, or you're going to be stuck in the street. So the answer to you, because I want to answer you,
thank you,
is perception is reality. Okay. And the more unnatural, abnormal things and interactions and behaviors you are displaying, the more a man is going to easily see that this is who you are. You are the one who got them long, stupid nails and paid for them. So
Mhm.
that means you are a long, stupid nails wearing person. So guess what? I don't want to deal with you because that apparently because you didn't go to sleep and wake up with the long nails. You paid to get these things on. And if you don't know, it's okay. Because going back to the example of the woman in Macy's, if she would have literally said, instead of being defensive, oh, who are you? Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
If I because you gotta understand, this was me flirting, right?
That's
I
a
didn't come out and say,
crazy
hey, take
way.
them nails off. I said, I would ask you if you had a boyfriend, but you got them nails. And she was like, what's wrong with my nails? And I answered her, right?
Mhm.
And right then and there, she could have said, you know what? Okay, I'm cool with that. If you are a good man or blah, 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 blah. I'm open to seeing another perspective. You seem like a nice guy. So I don't have a boyfriend. And even though I got these nails, whenever I get done with these nails, I'll take them off and give you an opportunity and see how it goes. I'll be like, cool, boom.
Okay,
Because the
so
thing
Eric,
about it is
if a
that's
woman
being open to another perspective. Go ahead.
if a woman walked up to you
Mhm.
and said, "You know what? I would have thought you were married, but I can tell by those pants that you probably don't have a woman at home dressing you, right?"
Well, that's an insult. That's a little different.
No, that nails
Hold
are
on, just make it quick.
what?
You went a little far. I said, hold on, because I want you to make your example as light as mine. I said I would have asked you for if you had a boyfriend, but I seen those nails.
Okay. So if she said, "Well, I would think," because I will say
Go
this,
ahead.
I think that a lot of times when a woman is dressing a man, usually he's a little bit more pulled together. Now there are
Okay.
some guys that are
Yeah.
very, metrosexual and are really good with fashion,
Mhm.
but usually when a man is real pulled together all the time, it's usually a woman kind of assisting him, or he may be gay. Like usually that's the thing.
Okay.
So if a woman came up to you and said, I I would think that you have a wife, but I can tell you probably don't have nobody picking out your clothes. That is offensive.
Well, no,
It's
no, no. Wait. Let me re-say it. If a woman walked up to me and
Mhm.
say I got the little, I don't know, some jogger pants on or some the little pants with the cuts in them or whatever, and she said, I would have asked you if you had a girlfriend, but those pants or something like that.
A lot
And
of
I, I
dudes
and
wear
I look down.
attractive on them, on their body type. A lot of men,
Look. I would look down and be like, "Oh, you don't like these pants? Yeah, they like young boy pants. Oh, okay.
the young boy pants on the old boy body is no good.
But guess what? I would have been like, I can understand that, and I would have been okay with that, and I would have said, so what if these aren't my, I don't wear these pants. I don't wear these type of pants all the time.
I don't think you're
And
gonna
she
say
would have
that.
been like, okay, so
I
do
don't
you have
think
a
you're gonna
girlfriend?
take it
And
as
I'd be like,
offensive.
no. And next thing you know, I would have easily had a conversation with her because the thing about it is, I can not wear these pants,
But
but
Aaron,
a woman cannot wear those nails.
if
That's the
somebody,
difference.
if that's the very first thing out of your mouth, that the friend of mine that told me that
Crystal, it was a flirt, Crystal.
that's not a flirt. If you say you got those stupid nails, that's not a
I
flirt.
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You
I
did. That's
said,
what you
because
said.
the verbiage
Explained
is specific.
it.
I
Mhm.
said, I would have asked you if you got a boyfriend, but you got them nails.
Well,
That was
when you say
flirtatious.
that's not flirtatious. That's not
Wow.
flirtatious. It's not.
It got her.
I mean, it's a lot of desperate women here.
Wow. How is she desperate?
Because any woman worth her that understands who she is, if a man approaches me with an insult wrapped in a compliment, that doesn't work. That's manipulative, and I'm not doing that.
Mm.
So if
It
you now,
I had a problem with her nails, so it wasn't
yeah, but
manipulative.
there's a way to do that. And if you get to know a person, I would say this 9 times out of 10, ladies, you let me know what you think in the chat. If you approach a woman, you have a conversation, you guys get to know each other, and you see, okay, I like her, and then you mention the nails in a way that's not offensive, most women will have no problem changing the nails if they know it's what the man that they're into likes.
That wasn't offensive though.
That is offensive. If you just walk up to someone, that's the first thing that you say.
Okay.
There's a better way to
She
do
was
that.
ready to go. Okay.
Most women, when you meet a guy, you think, okay, he may be cute, but I could fix this, fix that. You don't tell the person right then that I don't like how you're dressed. You just, if you like him, then you eventually fix it later.
Well, Crystal, I want you to think about this though. The threshold between me actually asking for her phone number and me not was her nails. So
Then
me being as upfront, because see, if you, a woman, period, takes what I said as an insult, your brain is wired in a certain way. Your brain is ready to be insulted. You're like, yeah, how dare you? She didn't take it as an insult.
My brain, well, I'm not.
She didn't take it as an insult. We had a great little conversation.
I'm not a simple woman, but
I get it. I get it. But the thing about it is what I'm saying is, up front, it was simple, light, fun banter, and at the end of the day, it worked, and it wasn't, bad. But the thing about it is, it was true. I literally told her that those nails are an issue. And I literally said this, you gotta remember this, Crystal. I said, I wouldn't ask you to do that because it seems like you like your nails. And she said, yeah, I like them. And she delved deeper. But why would I have to take my nails off? I'm like, I don't date women who wear those type of nails. And I'm letting her know in a nice, light, polite way that I want to get to know you, but the nails are an issue. So I'm not saying I'm the best man in the world, but are you open? Because they're just nails. After what? 3 weeks, they're going to fall off, or you can take them off, right? So all I'm saying is, are you open to not wearing those nails sometime in the future? I'm not saying take them off in the middle of the store.
Yeah,
are you open to something?
maybe the
Just
first
like with the pants. I would have been open to not wearing those pants when I went out with her if she had a problem with those type of pants.
I'm just suggesting, and I'm a charm and etiquette coach, so that's my thing. Is always, it's the way. It's not what you say. Sometimes it's the way you say it. So
Crystal, we're talking about nails, though. I get what you're saying.
I know, but you don't.
The nails are the issue. It's the problem.
I don't think that you need to insult someone on something that they obviously like. The very first thing that you say to them.
You're asking me, why do men have a problem with nails? Okay. And I gave you a scenario that went on 3 days ago that I'm not saying I'm the best man in the world, but she possibly missed out on a good man because of some stupid nails. So whether you think it's an insult, because she didn't think it's an insult, we can move past that. It wasn't an insult to her. Okay. So it wasn't an insult. She was happy with that. But the thing about it is, I simply let her know that the nails were in the way. And if they're in the way with me, they may be in the way for somebody else. So as she moves on through her life, because I walked away, consider moving around without your nails and see how things go. And I walked away. So I gave her something to think about because she was still wanting more. But hopefully after she leaves me, she'll think and say, you know what? I'm just going to give it a try, not wear my nails and see how things go. And that is why I'm here now.
And that's why we wanted to have this conversation, because I do think it was good for me to hear from my friend that this could be sending the wrong message. And he did it in a way that was very, it didn't offend me, right? That clip that we saw earlier with the guy with Ashley, he did not offend her, but I don't think she really understood what he was trying to say.
You know why though, right?
He kind of went around the bush.
He wasn't straightforward. But think about this though, and this is what I ain't scared. I don't give a damn. All right. So here's the thing: a lot of men are afraid of y'all. So think about this, Crystal. Just think about this. You took what I said to the woman as an insult, offense. How in the world could you say that, right? I was straightforward to what I have an issue with. And if you make a concession, I'm open to making concessions with whatever it is you don't like. Let's work this out and get to know each other, right? You took that as offense, right? That you just said that the man sitting at the table with Ashley was beating around the bush and she had no idea what was going on. So when a man is actually straightforward to a woman, here comes a woman, oh my God, you're offensive. That's an insult. And found all. That's the reason why you be beating around the bush.
I didn't do all of that, but
that's why men beat around the bush.
I can see that. Okay, let's do this because it's not just nails, it's everything. Yeah. It's makeup, weave, anything that's not natural.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you. And someone said Aaron is from the manosphere part of YouTube, and that could be.
I'm not from the manosphere.
You know, okay, so he's not. So we actually have a lot of respect for each other. We're just this is a great conversation. We can disagree on points, but I think we both are trying to say I am perfectly with the idea that if something is going to make you more attractive, you would be a fool not to take that into consideration, right? I actually had a guy tell me one time, if you lose weight, you probably would increase your chances of finding a man because men typically prefer women that are thinner. And this, you know, this was, and a woman can take it or leave it. But I think a lot of times women don't understand because I don't think that women are putting on makeup for other women. I really think women are doing it to attract men because listen to what I'm saying. We just showed you the video with Masika and Delicious who, and trust me, in those comments, they're not women. There may be a couple of girls saying, ooh, sis, you look good.
We was looking at that ass with Delicious and we was looking at them titties with Masika. Okay. We didn't even pay attention to nothing else. Guys in the chat, you seen that ass and you see them titties. Did you see either one of these women's makeup? Yes or no? Please don't play it again because I don't want. I want to
know what the men say because I see the men when women put on the makeup and the filters. Actually, my friend Mo that was supposed to join us tonight, he tells me that every time he goes out with a girl, the girls have filters. He said they all put the filters on the pictures. I can't tell the difference at this point. I want to know what it is about the natural woman that speaks to this is someone I would want long term because we don't see that. Stan says he did not see the makeup. Thank you, Stan.
Ain't nobody think about no makeup because the thing about it is, ladies,
they look at her makeup.
I totally disagree with you. Women are very evil to other women. Okay, women are very evil to other women. Men, no man on the planet has ever said, yo, I need you to wear some concealer. I need you to wear some makeup. I need all this mess that y'all put on their face. We don't even know what the hell it is.
But it's not for you to know what it is.
It's a little blush. It's a little this. Don't nobody know what all that mess is. No man on the planet has ever said, I need you to wear more makeup. Women say you need to wear more makeup. Ain't nobody man. We looking at ass and titties. And that is it. You ain't got to be the most beautiful, glamorous woman. If your body is see, the thing that men are asking women to do is get their asses in the gym.
Oh, Jesus.
Get your body right and don't wear makeup. Instead, they get fat and wear makeup. Why? Because being fat and wearing makeup is easier than getting in the gym and not wearing makeup. It's a laziness thing.
The lesson said y'all all look alike. Hold on. Let me
they look like dolls.
Let me say this. I do think men see a pretty face. Makeup is a game changer. I think that because I can prove this. Mo has said, oh, she looked pretty. There was a girl I dated before. She looked pretty with the makeup on. She took the makeup off and she looked very different. Makeup is used to enhance features. So of course you don't know what the techniques are. Of course we don't expect men to know.
Is that good or bad?
The point is you want to be attractive. So if you know that this looks,
you're not.
Say what?
But you're not. Think about what was said. She took her makeup off. It looked totally different. Now the man don't want to be with her no more. I can only assume. Why would you put yourself through that? And then women be like, why don't these men stay? Because you don't look the same under all that stupid makeup. Because the thing about it is, if I see a woman with freckles or looking however she looks, a man that actually wants her is going to be like, yo, you cute. Instead, she lies to her environment, and dudes see her for who she isn't, get around her, start dating her, they start having sex, and he ends up seeing her for who she truly is, and he dips. And then now he's a narcissist. No, she's the narcissist for lying to the man.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
Go
lies.
the way you are and let the man make a judge on who. See, women want attention.
Women do want attention. We do. And men want to give women attention. But this is the thing. I think that what I would say to women, because we're going to disagree about this. I think that the better message is, because Detro says the same thing, shapewear. A lot of women put on the body shapers that make their bodies look like them. And then you take it off and the body does not look like that, right?
So we're going to smash and dash and you're going to be mad.
They're going to smash. That's true. I agree with you 100%.
Because we don't care.
I do think that women should spend more time working on making sure that you get your skin together, because makeup is something to make your skin look good. But if you take care of your skin, you don't have to wear as much makeup. I think taking care of your skin, drinking water, going to the gym are great things. I do agree with you 100% on that.
Ladies, it's all you need right here. Drink more water. Your skin is trash because you drink sodas and margaritas all day instead of water.
And chicken wings.
Y'all see my face? My face looks beautiful. It's amazing. I look like I got makeup on, and it's because I drink water.
Well, I have a ginger ale right now because my stomach is upset.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying.
But let's don't act like men don't lie as well. Men do wear the Beijing and put that. We come on.
The average man doesn't do that. It may be two.
Not true.
It may be two men who wear all that stuff.
It's not two men. It's men everywhere that go to the barber shops. We can pull up barbers' Instagrams right now. They put the Beijing in the beard and around the hairline. Come on now, Aaron. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. They do. I mean, everybody.
I got to give you that because I don't know. So yeah. I got to back off because I don't know.
Everybody wants to be attractive, but I think that what we have to understand, and what I used to teach the girls that I taught in Charm and Etiquette, is that individuality is what makes you beautiful. And I think that young women have
they don't want to do that.
They have because they're following what they see on social media.
Like children.
Gwyneth Paltrow said, and Gwyneth is 50 years old. And considered by a lot of white men as a very beautiful woman. She said that she cannot look on Instagram because she would feel bad about herself. If a 50-year-old privileged superstar feels this way, can you imagine what a 15, 16, 20, 21-year-old young woman feels when they look online?
Who ain't got no daddy?
Well, Gwyneth has a father, but I'm just saying. So I think it's not just that, Aaron. There are women that have fathers that still want to be considered attractive. You can't. Your view is extremely harsh and extreme, but the reality is, everybody is trying to. We all have insecurities, and you're not going to, just because you are in the gym drinking water does not mean everyone's not going to have flawless skin.
You don't have to have flawless. Let me say this. This is important. I have two daughters and they're both grown. They wear their natural hair.
Okay.
And they don't wear no makeup. One of them is married.
Okay.
So the thing about it is, I live by example. Okay. So my ex-wife, when we was together, I married her. Why? Because she had natural hair and didn't wear makeup. We didn't have all that crap. Huh?
You married her because of those two reasons.
And she was fine as hell, and she was a lot of different things. But the thing about it is, women who show up as themselves, they get wiped up. And this is the thing, Crystal. Ladies, if you want to wear all this crap, wear nails this long. I don't care. You're just going to be stuck out in the streets. It's all up to y'all. So don't look at me like, oh my God. Nope. I'm just letting y'all know why y'all ain't never going to find no man, because y'all keep wearing all this crap. But it may be some dude at some point, because if Delicious found the husband,
she did.
One of y'all can find a husband.
And Masika also has a husband. I did check that out, that she does have a husband. She is married. So
poor guy.
But I will say this, could be younger men, Aaron, are marrying, and that is a different generation, right? So when you look at men in their 20s and early 30s, a lot of them are attracted to the body, the women that are getting their bodies done. That is, it's also a generational thing. So
that's disgusting to me. Like,
that's disgusting to you, but you're not in that generation. We didn't grow up. Our generation did not grow up with women getting their bodies done in 20, 21 years old. These girls are doing it. A lot of them have had 3, 4, 5 surgeries by the time they're 30. So it's a different world. It's a different world.
Instead of going to the gym, that's what's crazy. So my whole thing is, even though I agree with you, I want y'all to think about this. And I'm just going to say it. Would a woman or a man rather be with the opposite sex who wears all this superficial bull crap, too lazy to go to the gym, too dysfunctional to drink water on a normal basis, and instead wears makeup, wears a dude, Beijing or whatever you said, or whatever, or the woman wearing all this freaking makeup, long nails, or the dude wearing all these like 4 gold chains like these rappers do, whatever, male or female? Or would you rather a typical person that comes out in the world as themselves? Which one would you want, whether male or female?
I agree with you.
Man that don't wear all this crazy mess, and we want a woman that don't wear all this crazy mess. And those are the marriage-ready people. So if y'all want to stay out in the streets, male or female, keep doing all the stupid stuff that y'all keep doing.
But I will say this, Aaron, I don't wear long nails. That's not my style. I do wear weave occasionally, but I do have natural hair that I wear also. And I do wear makeup when I'm working, but not at home all the time. But I'm married. And my husband, it's funny because my husband will say to me, when I do my Fox segment or when I do something on here, he'll say, "Oh, your makeup look nice." So I just thought he liked the makeup. So today I asked him, when I was with my production team, I called him and I said, "Babe, do you like me to wear makeup?" And he was like,
"No."
He was like, "I don't think you need it."
But told you.
He compliments the makeup. I just want to say there is a balance, because he did not require me to stop wearing it, but I also don't wear makeup to the point where I look different than I feel like myself. Right. I try to use makeup to compliment and not just to totally scrub who I am and redo it. But I just want to let women know that there can be, I think that we can't judge each other. If the woman was amazing and she just had long nails, you could eventually get her to take the nails off. I promise.
You take the nails off? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You just answered what I said to the woman.
I think you.
All I said was
show her that you are interested in more than just hitting for her, and then really have a conversation with a person. Yes. People are not,
But it comes from your mindset. It was a question. I was like, I would ask you if you had a boyfriend, you got those nails. It started dialogue, right? What's wrong with my nails? Well, I personally have a requirement that a woman that I'm actually with doesn't wear long, it was kind of like the Ashley nails, right?
Right.
And so I'm not judging her. I'm letting her know that, you are so cute, right? You're so attractive. Fine as I don't know what. But when I turned around and you was like, I was like, ooh. So I'm like, damn, everything else I see is amazing and I'm interested, except for those dumb nails.
Right.
So I'm just literally saying, are you open to a new perspective? And her saying in a fun way, no, tells me that her priorities are in the wrong place. You
Mhm.
would rather have your little dumb looking nails versus an opportunity to get wifed up. Keep your little dumb nails, no problem.
Okay. It's nails, it's makeup. I would like to ask the women in the chat, because this was taken from, I took the clip from Ready to Love, Make a Move. And like you said, Ashley is on this show for the second time.
Twice.
She actually found and actually had those nails the first season, because I went back and looked. She had the nails the first season, and she did get matched up with a guy. Now, he ended up not being the right guy, but whatever.
I remember.
Yeah, so he
I
did.
mess with Ashley. Like, I don't know her, but I follow her. Like, she's super cute. I love her bubbly personality. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I would date Ashley, but not with them damn nails.
My point
Well,
is,
you ever want to know why I ain't DM'd Ashley if I like Ashley? That's why. As an example, her ass wouldn't be on Ready to Love the next season. Her ass would have been with me.
Really? Without the nails? Really?
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. You go look at Ashley, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's Miss Lego type.
She's a beautiful girl.
Super beautiful. And I love her personality.
She is very bubbly and very
Super
positive. That's what I like about Ashley.
So
She's very
positive. Yeah.
sweet. She's a sweetheart.
She cried on that episode, so she showed her vulnerable side. I got a little crush on Ashley.
But that's obvious, because you wanted her to come on here. So we know that you're trying. You're shooting your shot for Ashley. But
no, I'm not, because she got them goofy nails.
so you would let the nails be the only thing if everything else was amazing?
It's a personality issue. You wearing them nails is something to me telling you something going on in your brain that I don't mess with. You're an attention seeker. Hey, look at my nails. I don't need no attention seeker. You don't sit down. You don't sit your butt down somewhere.
That's a little odd.
No. We are doing this live stream specifically to find out. It's not even to find out, to verify that men don't like long nails. So
Long
whenever
nails
we
or
come
extra
out here with a
makeup.
preference, y'all demonize us and say, yo, that's weird. That's crazy. That's messed up.
I will say, I agree with you that I do think that women demonize men, because the first thing women are like, well, I like my nails, I'm wearing them. And I'm like, if I heard that, my husband didn't like something, I have no problem taking that into consideration. It's not a big deal.
That's
because
all.
really you want to be attractive to the person that you want to be.
Yes.
So
And
I don't
Crystal,
think that's a big deal.
And that is all I'm saying. This is the thing about it is, I don't care, but the typical man cannot voice how he feels about a woman or women, period, because they're going to get demonized. You said multiple times, I don't understand. What you don't supposed to understand. Just stop wearing the mess, or either stay in the streets. And that's what I said in the beginning. We don't need y'all to understand what we like and what we don't like, ladies. Stay out in the streets and be looking crazy. You either are going to do it, or you're going to stay stuck out here. That's really it. We don't care whether y'all like our preferences or not. We don't care, because guess what? Y'all outnumber us 7-1. We'll just get another one. I don't care.
But Aaron, this is the thing. You say you have 2 daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter and a son. My son, I would tell my son, because my son told me years ago, because he was very, very bright, always gifted and talented. And he said, Mom, Black girls like swag. They don't like intellect, right? Mm-hmm. And so I told him, because as a mother, I want my child to have the upper hand. I want him to understand. And I said, well, Stone, there are certain things that you may need to do to attract. If you're trying to attract chickens, you have to put down chicken feed, right?
Yeah.
So in that, I'm saying to you, why not explain? Because you're saying we don't want to explain. I'm sure to your daughters, you would explain, baby girl, this is why that's not something that you should wear.
You know
You don't
why I
explain
didn't
it to
explain
your
it? Because a mama didn't wear it.
audience.
Nothing
Okay,
to
but
explain.
we're talking to a generation that a lot of them don't have that. Don't have that.
So I
There we
want to point something out.
go.
There's somebody in the chat that says, "Where can we report his page?" That's the problem right there. When women, I don't care, but I'm just making that as an example. When
Yeah.
a man voices what he wants, women look to hurt him.
Mm.
It's crazy.
And I
Reason
don't
why
agree
I'm so
with that.
hated because I ain't scared of y'all asses, and I say what I gotta say, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's a narcissist." No, I'm a man. Y'all are used to these little soft men who are afraid of women. So they sit around
I'm not everybody. My husband's not
oh my
afraid of.
God, well, you're beautiful. Wear your makeup, and they be lying. No, but I just made that as an example.
Yeah,
Women look
I don't
to
think they
attack
all are.
men. Go ahead.
You can say things with with kindness without being a punk. I don't think that's the case, but
I get it.
I do think that everybody has a different way about it. Your way may be a little bit more extreme, and that probably works really well with your audience. But I think that there's always a way to say something, and you can catch more flies with honey, right? I believe that very much. Like if you tell someone something in a way that's hurtful or disrespectful, they're less likely to listen. If you explain it to them in a way that's, that with kindness, they're a lot more likely to listen, which is why I wanted you to be on here, because I wanted to explain to the women why it could be profitable if you're dating, maybe not to wear so much makeup or maybe not to put so many filters on your pictures. Because I hear this from all my guy friends, not just
Mhm.
you. Other guys say the same thing. So if a woman is looking to date and wants to find a relationship, what are some things that she can do besides getting in the gym and drinking water that can make her more attractive to a larger pool of men?
Okay, so the first thing is just look yourself in the mirror and actually fall in love with your true self,
I like
right?
that. We agree on that.
Like even when y'all get on social media, not all y'all, but you said it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all, I hate that Instagram. I don't know if well, a lot of y'all don't know this, but the world fell apart when not when Instagram and Facebook started, but when Instagram itself, because Instagram and Facebook actually was owned by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
They're still owned the same, but they're two different entities, but they were the same entity. They're somewhat the same, but they're
Yeah.
not, right? When Instagram added filters and gave women the opportunity to look like these dolls,
Mm-hmm.
that is when the world fell apart. And the owner of Facebook was like, "Yo, I don't like what's going on," because they was doing a lot of research, on people or whatever, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the owner of Facebook, I forgot his name.
Zuckerberg.
No, not Zuckerberg. It was Facebook and Instagram. There was two different people. One, it was Mark Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, one of the owners. They were able to see what Instagram was doing, and he actually bowed out and was like, I can't do this because these filters are starting to ruin the women, right? So the first thing I want you ladies to do, if you want to, it will behoove you to just get used to looking at yourself in the mirror with nothing on, no eyelashes, no nails, no wigs, no weave, and fall back in love with yourself.
I agree
This,
with that 100%. I do agree with that. I
yeah,
don't know about what you said about, because I knew Zuckerberg and then Instagram and Facebook recently merged, which is now Meta, which owns both, they're both a
yeah.
part of
But
the
when
company.
it first started,
But
Instagram and Facebook was two different companies.
But what I do know is that China, other countries have banned filters, which should tell us something. Other
Yeah.
countries will not allow you to use filters, right? Because first of all, filters were being used to capture likenesses, and that was happening on Facebook and Instagram. But if
Mhm.
you go to other countries, they have Russia, you can't use filters.
Yeah.
China, So that's just something that we should be a little bit concerned about. But I do think it's sad to me. Like I said, I come from a background of being a charm and etiquette coach for young girls.
Mhm.
It's sad to me that so many women, not even young girls, women, grown women, do not like looking at their self outside of a filter. That's sad.
it.
Because
That's
a
it.
man is going to meet you. And if you don't love yourself, you cannot expect someone else to love you.
Facts.
That is, I think, the common denominator that we're both agreeing. If you don't love yourself, anyone that you're around is not going to be attracted
Love
to
you
someone
either.
who's not even comfortable in their own skin. So women, we have to get used to, and especially Black women, because I'm speaking to women of color. Most of the people on our channels are people of color.
Mhm.
Those filters are taking our African features and turning them into Asian and white features. Because if you look at the features down there, it basically makes your nose thinner. It basically makes you look less of who you
Black.
and it turns you into it widens the eyes,
Mhm.
narrows the face, and it gives us features that are taken away from our natural beauty.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. Stan has a good point. He said Netflix has that documentary that IG and Facebook executives don't allow their daughters on the app because of what Aaron just said. That's true. There
Yeah.
is a documentary that's out there that those people will not even allow their children to use the apps.
Mhm.
So I agree that we do have to realize, specifically as we're teaching women and even teaching ourselves, if you cannot look at yourself, and I think it's great if you use weave and makeup as a compliment, but if you're not happy with yourself without it, sis, there's a problem.
So look, you do production and videos and all this other stuff, right? You should be the only one wearing makeup, period, because you do TV,
Mhm.
right? None of these women need to be having any makeup. I'm just being real. Go to the store to go to work. Y'all don't be going nowhere to be wearing all this makeup. So it becomes a part of your life. It becomes habitual, and you're so used to looking at another woman in the mirror where you literally forget how you look naturally.
Mhm.
So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, you wake up, so you think,
Yeah.
that's how you look in real life.
That's who you are. But you know what? It's interesting because I think we were talking about this too, Aaron. I remember when I was dating, if I would go, like if I'm running around the house or if I was, my kids were younger, if I was going to take my son to soccer practice or something, I would, put my hair up in a bun, put some jogging pants on. And I remember I would always get hit on the most when I was doing that.
Yes.
And I remember I was in Publix one time and this
Yes.
guy came over to me and I was like, "Are you kidding me? I look horrible." And he said, "We
No,
can tell
no.
I could tell." He said, "We know what you would look like when you got fixed up. If you're
Mhm.
naturally pretty, I already know that." And it's funny because we had this conversation in the meat department because I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because my nails were chipped, my toenail polish was
Take
chipped, and he
care.
was like, "We understand that." And I was like, "That is hilarious," because women are always thinking that men don't understand. I've even had one of the guys I work with that we were booking celebrities for something. And I said, "Well, he was talking about a woman that was a celebrity and why he didn't think that she looked great." And I said, "Well, she's a certain age." And he said, "No, you don't understand. We understand that a woman who her entire job is to look good. She has makeup artists, she has a gym, she has all
Yeah.
this. I don't judge her the same as I judge a woman that has to take her kids to school, that is working 9 to 5. I understand that she doesn't have the ability to do all that. She doesn't have a chef, she doesn't have a personal trainer. We get that." And I was like, wow, men are really a lot more rational than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm not looking at a woman I see on the street and expecting her to look like a woman on the front of a magazine cover. We're not expecting that.
Y'all expect yourselves to look like that. It's just, to me, it's just dumb. I just don't understand. I don't want to look like a man on a magazine cover. I don't give a damn, because because the thing about it is like this. Not every woman likes a dude with a bald head.
True.
Go be with somebody else. I'm
Right.
not going to go wear a wig for a woman to want to be with me. I don't care.
There are some men putting on wigs though.
They're cornballs.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
I'm just saying, I show up on social media just like this, me with my little hoodie on, and that's it. And I do my thing. I don't care what nobody thinks, because there's a certain demographic of woman that isn't going to like me, but there's another demographic of woman that is going to like me. But the thing about it is, when you have these filters, when you have all this makeup, you're putting yourself in a dangerous position where you don't gave this man sex. He don't had you all these different positions. And then probably at some point in the dating stage, you're going to take your wig off. You're going to take your makeup off. You're going to take all this other stuff off. And there's a huge possibility that he ain't going to want you no more. And this is the problem that I see with women. Women think, oh, once I give him this booty, he don't care nothing. Nope, that ain't going to be nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Having sex is like eating a sandwich to us, okay? We want to see you as a person. Yeah. We don't care about sex. We don't care about filters, because all of us don't had sex before, okay? So your sex ain't going to change our lives. So once we have sex with you, we're going to think the same way we thought when we first met you. Ain't nothing changing. But y'all think y'all going to like wrap us in and then show us the real thing, like y'all a spider or something. And
well, I think everybody does that, because men try to, when you meet somebody, people think I'll lead with put my best foot forward and then show them. I want to ask you this though, because I heard another guy say this, and I thought this was a really interesting point. And Star says this. She says, all this heavy makeup will start, heavy makeup, body surgeries, and all this heavy makeup will start to blur the lines between real women and drags. And I kind of agree with that, because I feel like when you see women who all have the same body, they got their butt done, they got their breast done, they got the mommy makeover, and they have the lace front and the makeup, it does look very much like a trans or a drag queen. And I wonder, like, men that are attracted to that, does that mean that they would be attracted to a trans?
Yay! So I'm just going to say this. The trans community tricked Black women. The trans community got into the hairstylist business and started, oh, girl, let's do this. Oh, girl, oh, you killed them, girl. They infiltrated the hairstylist community, right? And they call it beating y'all face, right? They beat your face. It's caked up with makeup. Now you look just like them. Now they can go out and look like y'all, and y'all are out here looking like them. And now y'all have assimilated with each other. And now dudes don't know who is what. That is the reason why I don't want none of it. You got makeup on, I don't want you. You got them stupid nails on, I don't want you. If you wearing wigs, I don't want you. If you got the stupid mess be around your waist, a waist trainer, I don't want you. If you can't show up out in the world as yourself, I don't want you. Period. But it'd be some cornball that will want to be with you.
With drag queens or trans telling women what they should look like, right? Because it's funny. I remember
they made them look like it. They ain't tell them, they did it.
No, but they also, this is my point. A lot of times gay men will be very, very critical of women. So I'll give you an example. People that follow my channel know on occasion I wear my natural hair. Now, I don't have a relaxer. So my hair, it responds to heat and sweat and it usually gets bigger. So I was doing a live. I was interviewing one of the Ready to Love people, and my hair, it was very full. It was just, it's black girl hair.
Yeah.
So one of my gay friends was like, oh, girl, you need a lace front. And he was just like, you can't be on there looking like that. And I was thinking, at first I was listening and I was like, wait a minute, how can he tell me what I need to look like as a woman?
Right.
That's backwards to me. And I feel like as women, we need to realize that I have no problem with the culture. But what I do feel, and this is a good point Matchmaker made, BBLs came from the drag queen culture because the men were trying to look like women. So they tried to create these exaggerated bodies that weren't real, right? And that, so to
now
me,
y'all make exaggerated bodies and faces that don't look real.
Right. So I do have a problem with that. And I noticed that never ever has a man who is a man that I would be interested in had a problem with my hair being puffy and big. In fact, they're always
Love
like,
it.
"You got so much hair. Why do you wear a weave?" But gay guys will be like, "Oh, girl, you need to get you a lace front. You need to," and that's so weird because I'm not trying to attract gay men.
But it's not weird. You got to understand, they're like, okay, I don't want to say it in a derogatory manner. Okay.
Mhm.
Some people are like aliens from outer space. And when aliens come from outer space, the first thing they want to do is what?
Take over.
Take over.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they do? Did you look at V back when you was young?
Mm-mm.
You didn't look at V. Oh
V?
man, V.
Mm-mm.
Never mind. It was about aliens from outer space that actually came down here and started looking like us. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so aliens from outer space come down here, and the first thing they want to do is take over. But before they take over, they gotta blend in and look like us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, there are some aliens from outer space that are actually doing that, and it's working. So I'll just put it like that.
I actually
'Cause I
get
don't want
that.
to offend nobody.
I actually get what you're saying. I agree.
Aliens from outer space.
I do
And
agree. But I think that for me, it's like we have to become, especially Black women, because I feel like we're constantly attacked, right?
by who though? By other women, trans people, and gay people, but not Black men. We just want y'all back. So I just want you to keep that in mind.
Mhm.
We ain't attacking y'all. We just missed y'all. We just want y'all back. Y'all are over on the other side, and we like, yo, what y'all doing? Y'all don't want to be with us? The government done pulled y'all away from us with the welfare and the stimulus checks and had y'all thinking y'all independent. I don't need no man. The trans people done made y'all look like them. All of these entities done pulled Black women away from Black men. The government, white folks, all these other entities. We are not against you. They are. And the thing about it is, just like how y'all say y'all don't like what I say, right? Y'all got to understand, it's a possibility that the realest, rawest people who aren't trying to attract more bees with honey and they being real with you is the people who actually care. And the people who are attracting more bees with honey are the actual liars. The scammers don't be like, well, the pastors, they don't tell y'all nothing. The evil people are the ones that are sitting around lying to y'all. So the real people who ain't afraid to tell y'all the truth, those are the people who care.
I think that there are some extreme
That's how the
examples
aliens got y'all.
in that, but I do think that there is a disconnect between Black men and Black women. And really, the Black men that I've talked to really do appreciate real women. They do. And I feel like we've lost track of that. So that's what I wanted to have this conversation. We don't agree on the details, but we agree on the destination.
Overall
The
state. Yeah,
overall.
I agree.
So yeah,
Right.
I do think that at the end of the day, I want to see Black women, my sisters, be able to look at themselves, as Mary J. Blige says, when you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, gorgeous," without your weave, without your blonde, without your contacts, without your lashes. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have that self-love for yourself, there's not a way for another person to have it for you. Hey, you 7 her 3 says, Crystal, they don't like Black women at all. Doesn't matter. I don't agree with that. I have a amazing Black
Who is
man
they?
downstairs that loves me and definitely does not like me to wear this ponytail, does not like me to wear the makeup. But he also is complimentary. He understands what I do for work, but he makes me feel beautiful regardless.
Oh, that's the same woman that wanted to report my page. So most likely she doesn't love herself, and she probably hates herself because she hates everything.
Well,
She's the same person.
I don't know that, but I think there are a lot of hurtful things that have happened between Black men and Black women.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we don't address it and figure out how to heal our community, the disconnect is going to get further and further.
I agree.
So that's one of my issues is like, I understand that sometimes it takes extreme conversation to wake people up.
Yes.
But without love, there's never going to be understanding and healing. And so I always try to speak from a perspective of love. And that's why I appreciate you coming here so we could have this. So it's like, I have to admit, there's been a lot of hurt between Black men and Black women. But if we sit and dwell on the hurt, we never will move forward.
Yeah.
So I want us to move forward. I do want us to understand. And I do think that a lot of times Black women, we have so much hurt and defensiveness up that we're not open to listen. And this was really about listening to what men are saying. And I cannot tell you any man that I would actually trust has never told me that he liked a lot of makeup and a lot of weave and a lot of fake. Men don't say that. So we need to be open and listen, because I know so many amazing sisters that really want love. And if you're doing something that is taking you away from what you want, your destination is over here, and you're doing things that are taking you over here, then it's counterproductive. So if changing up your style and falling in love with yourself would lead you to finding that amazing man, why would we not do that?
And one of the reasons why it's difficult for women to fall in love with themselves is because there's a certain amount of hurt inside of them that actually came from their parents. So I always tell women to not only fall back in love with yourself, but fall back in love with your parents. Because that part right there, you hold so much resentment for what your mother did, or for what your father did, or for whoever, whether it was a divorce or whatever went on in your childhood, whether somebody did something, that resentment. See, Black people in particular are taught to never look at your parents as the person that did something to you. Like, it's like our parents are like Jesus or something, right? They're just up there as these people. So it's almost sacrilegious to look at your mother or your father with a certain kind of microscope, right? It's always, well, they did the best they could. So what possibly can be happening is you still have that hatefulness, you still have that resentfulness, you still have that hurt, and you change where the hurt goes. So instead of you, I'm not saying do it, but instead of you telling your parents or your mother, whoever, you hurt me when I was a child, you didn't protect me when I was a child, you did this, you did that, let's have a real conversation, you end up like misinterpreting what's going on in your life as a man hurt me. So it's almost like you literally forgot about the first 12 to 15 years of trauma that you dealt with your own mama or your own father or your own uncle. You literally suppress all of that. And now you're 15, and it starts from 15 and up. And the first boy that don't like you, oh, men are trash. No, in most cases, Crystal, we men, in most cases, some cases it's true, okay? But in a lot of cases, we men did not traumatize you. We men did not hurt you. We triggered the hurt that is already there. We confirmed what your mother or father may have said or done. Like, say you have abandonment issues because your dad left, and a guy leaves. Now the guy is a narcissist. The guy is terrible. He did not like originally hurt you.
Right.
Your dad left. The guy is triggering you. He's confirming something. Yeah.
It goes to both sides, men and women. All of our issues, I think, can be traced back to childhood. And then whatever happens to you after that is compounded because you haven't healed in those ways. But
and it gets confirmed over and over again when the opposite sex doesn't want you or says you're to this or you're to that. And you're like, my mother or my father or whoever in my childhood was right.
Understand the pain that they've hidden because it's traumatic, and our brain is such an amazing thing that when we go through something that is too difficult for us to handle, it sometimes protects us from those memories. So
And we
sometimes
suppress it.
people don't even know
And
we
we don't
suppress it.
even,
Sometimes people don't even know why they
Mhm.
have some of the issues that they do. So that takes a lot of self-work.
Yeah.
But that takes being open. And I think that's on equal sides, because there's so many men that are resentful to women and feel like women are just trying to use them.
Yep.
And it's like, you have to go back and heal that. Were you taught that women were loving, or were you not? Was your mother, it's just a lot that goes into that. But tonight's conversation was just about the fact that I think when you sum all this up, the fact that men find us in our natural state more beautiful is actually a very reaffirming thing to feel. And so I think we need to take it in a positive way, as opposed to saying, I know women don't like being told what to do, but when a man says to you,
Well,
not going to
man
go
gonna
there
tell
with
you what
you,
to do.
Aaron. That's another conversation. Okay. That's a whole
You don't
nother.
like being told what to do, stay single.
But when a man tells you, I think that you're beautiful as you in your natural state, there's nothing more affirming than that. And I think that can come from a beautiful, that can start a beautiful conversation. So I just want women to have the understanding that, you know what, if this is what I want, I need to be open. And I think men should also try to speak in love, because we all come from different experiences. So if you want a good woman, you have to show up as a good man, right? And that means a man that's not being super judgmental, and vice versa. But Aaron, I appreciate you hanging out with me. This has been a great conversation. We have to do these more. I want to do one where we have a panel with more people on, so we can have a robust discussion. So let's try to do that in the next week or so with another one of the Ready to Love conversations. And maybe we can get Ashley and some other people on, so we can really start having discussions that work towards pushing our community to a healing place.
I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on Ready to Love and get on the show.
I think you should. I think you should do it. I will.
If everybody wearing all these wigs and stuff, I'll be like, I don't have a match, so y'all just kick me off, because.
But I did notice every single woman on Ready to Love has a weave.
I did
not. I'm not gonna lie.
This.
I wouldn't go on Ready to Love, but if I did, I probably would feel pressure to wear a weave, because we've been taught as Black women for so long that our hair in its natural state is not acceptable. It's not enough. And that's the problem. Now, there are more women starting to do locks and things like that, but even still, a lot of times that still is adding something that's not natural to our hair. So
the faux locks,
so I think
if I went on Ready to Love, I would be like, hold on, before y'all have me doing all this stuff, if the women, I don't need to know the women, but if they all wearing wigs, count me out, because I'm gonna be a waste of time. I'm gonna get kicked off the first day.
The first day, and you probably
the first day we're getting rid of the dude, and it's Aaron, because he don't like these. Yup, get me off.
Spoken out and told the women he does not want to date them if they have on a wig. Well, we have had it. It has been a time. We have had a time. We have had a time. I thank you, Aaron. We will do this again soon. Like I said, let's do a panel with a couple more people, and let's get into some good conversation so people can hear other perspectives. I think it's always healthy to hear other perspectives.
All right, well, have a good one, and thank y'all. Thank all of y'all, and not just you, for having me on.
Absolutely, Aaron. Real quickly before you leave, tell us about your dating game, because I would love to play that.
Okay, my Deeper Discussions card game will literally change the way you see dating altogether. My dating card game isn't just for fun. That's a part of it, right? But it's meant to vet the opposite sex and get an understanding of what you're actually looking for. Because I think too many of us are on the looks, and somebody's tall or somebody got some money. But just like we're talking about right now about childhood trauma, things like that, it's 80 questions in this card game. And overall, the thing about these questions is the questions are about family issues.
Oh, wow.
So it's not about what's your favorite color, or take a drink if you. Nope. It's about asking fun questions. I formulated where it's fun, but overall, you're asking the other person about family issues, so you can see if you're compatible.
I'm going to get those cards, and my husband and I will do them online with you. That'll be fun.
Okay, yeah, that'd be dope. And the link to buy them is in the chat. If anybody's in the chat, the link to buy them is in the chat.
Okay. All right. Well, we will definitely check that out. I think that'll be a fun session. we can have me and my husband can come on, and we can get you with another female, and we can all kind of talk about what is behind, what was your thought process in putting together those specific questions.
Yeah.
All
That'd
right.
be dope.
All
All right.
right.
Have a good one.
Let's do it. Thanks, Aaron.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, I will be back on Thursday and Friday with an expose from Huntsville that you do not want to miss. Trust me, I went to Huntsville. I sat down with Kiki and I sat down with a few other people, and I have some good stuff to share with you guys later this week. And of course, Mo and I will be back on Friday and recapping the latest episode of Ready to Love, Make a Move. I love you guys for watching and supporting as always, and I will see you guys later this week. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.